Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft with me, Lathrix. And this is going to be the second time attempting to even play this, to actually record a video, because of how laggy it's been. My word, this has probably been the buggiest patch so far. Tracks disappearing into the walls, flying robots out of nowhere, and twice I have fell through the world. So I simply scrapped the footage. It wasn't anything special. All you missed was me messing around on a few robots. It really wasn't anything of excitement. But today we're going to do something actually a bit more productive than that. We're going to be making a tank. As you can see, we've had to sacrifice our beautiful, wonderful Midge. Yes, Midge is currently somewhere crying because of his inefficiency. I will rebuild him exactly as he was at a later stage. He's not exactly a hard robot to copy. He, she, it, who knows? I should stop adding genders to my freaking robots. Anyway, we're making a tank. I want a really cool tank, a really big, brutal tank, but not in a particularly high tier. I would like it to be in tier 5 and tier 4 if necessary. So I'm just going to have a quick look to see what tier 4 tracks would put us in, as in how much space we have to play with. Okay, we've actually got quite a lot of space if we just use 4 tier 5s, so I think we should do that and see how it goes. If we have any more space, we can always replace them with a tier 6 or 2. I think they're the same size, aren't they? Tier 5 and tier 6. Yes, they both share the stupid double piece, which I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, as soon as it goes into tier 7, then it becomes more useful with the piece separated, spaced out. But sadly, that's not going to happen today. So what I'm thinking is having... Oh, Lathrix had an idea. I think I want to have 3 tracks, because I want 3 tracks. Actually, now I've got another idea. Would a bike work? I need to test something out very quickly then, because I would like to see if we could make some kind of really weird bike structure. So let's just do that. Where is tier 5? How much space do these things need side to side? Okay, need to be at least spaced one more than that. I'm going to see if thrusters can help the robot turn. I know they can't help it speed up, but can they help it turn? Because obviously if we only have 1 track, we simply can't turn. That's the gist of it. It's never going to happen. We're just never going to be able to turn ever. Yeah, that's in the middle, just my seat. Won't get a middle piece. So if we have it like that, and then 1 at the back doing the same thing, can we turn if we have thrusters? If not, we'll go back to the drawing board, and what I think I'm going to do is have kind of like a I can't think of the word now, a bike with 3 wheels, so 2 on the outside there, and then 1 on the inner middle on the front. So then, thrusters, any old thrusters will do. Poop. Any old thrusters when there's space will do, I should say. Just to see if it's actually aid us in turning, because I've always wanted a kind of bike in Robocraft, but it's never really been possible, sadly. So I would like to actually think it'd be a little bit more efficient like this. Nope. Yep. Just saying for that. I'm honestly not very hopeful. If it doesn't work, then we've just wasted a few minutes. Oh well. We'll have a good cry and then back to work. And P. So quick look, see how it's going. I really hope it works, but I have almost no hope in it working. I can't imagine it working while standing still. Oh. Oh, it does lean us, but that's all it does. No, it wouldn't work just because of the weight of the thing. Okay, well, we tried. We had a theory, and sadly the theory was proven to be incorrect. Oh, we had a hypothesis, and it was proven to be incorrect. Oh well. That would have been a very, very cool thing. It's like that's actually one of the few problems with tracks I'm having in terms of how much I like them and not. It's that they're very rigid in how you can use them. They don't work well with other movement types. They're a very niche, specific kind of thing in how you can use them, and because of that I don't particularly get much use with them from some of the designs I've had so far. Also, just how slow they are. Wheels are so much faster, but I'm determined to have a very heavily armoured mega tank, because that's what I want at some stage in tier 10. Of course this one isn't going to be quite as heavily armoured just because I don't want it to be that heavily armoured in comparison. I think that's the kind of shape I'm actually looking for. So through the mistake, through the incorrectness, we have got something. which sadly doesn't have a direct middle block, which is going to drive me insane, because no matter what I do, the seat's going to have... Oh, it's so irritating. We can't put it one wider, otherwise it won't have this in the middle. That is a shame. But it is the shape I want, so the shape ultimately is more important to me than the actual spacing of the seat. So we can go lower, can't we? Yes, but I think that will definitely inhibit turning at very minimum. So we won't do that just because of risk. And we'll continue armouring this thing up. I'm not sure what it's going to be. It's either going to be a medic, even though, see, the problem with using it as a medic, from what I've seen, because I may have messed around with Midge simply with tractors for a while, is that it doesn't really work too well because of the lack of speed. You can't get to people who are getting injured, and by the time you've got there, they've more than likely met their maker, and it's all over for the time being. They're dead, is what I'm trying to say. So that's not particularly the best use of tracks. I think tracks are best as artillery pieces, very sturdy artillery pieces, so plasmas, possibly even rail. And yes, I know rails obviously aren't actually artillery, but still. I want a little section here just so we can see the thing through it, because that look cool, in my opinion. Yeah, it looks cool. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. It kind of does. Oh, well. So there's the main piece all coated up in armour. These are tier 4. Did I put down tier 4? Yes. Tier 5, rather? Yep, because I've only got one left. Excellent. Just making sure I put down the right blocks, because I have a tendency to put down the wrong ones because they look somewhat similar, and then realise my mistake at a later stage. So these... they're going to be armoured from the front but not from the side, which may be a bit stupid, but I don't want it to be like just a block of orange. I want to still see the tracks, so that's my idea with that. Oh dear, it's doing this thing again. Yeah, another problem with tracks is currently they aren't actually perfectly symmetrical, as in blocks which fit one way around will not fit the other way around. A lot of Robocraft's items have this kind of weird bug when they first come into play, so it's not a surprise to see this one having it as well. And yes, I do realise I'm using orange blocks when I'm going into tier 5. It's because I want a freaking load of them, and thankfully tracks have almost no load limit, so having almost all of our P-flops used, all 1,300 of them in armour, I'm absolutely fine with, as long as we don't go stupidly over-tiered, which won't be fun at all. Okay, so we do that. I can't attach there. Let's make sure it's symmetrical in that. Okay, and then it should be able to do that a couple. And then we go over it there, okay. Won't be the prettiest of robots, but it's the kind of design I was looking for, so I'm perfectly okay with it, to be fair. I'm just hoping turning is okay, because having just one in the middle at the front will slow down our turning, as it cannot be used for turning. It can only be used for forwards, which is a bit of a concern. I'm tempted, very tempted, to put a second set of tracks on both sides. So it's 2 wide rather than 1 wide. It'll make the robot a hell of a lot wider, obviously. It's doubling this to that, which actually looks pretty cool now I look at it. Oh, we could have just 3 at the front, which would be abandoning our tri-look, but actually that looks freaking awesome. Okay, so we're going to have to purchase another tier 5 because I only have 1 currently spare, like so. Oop. I said like so. Yep, confirm. And then what we'll do is we'll knock out these for the time being, and we'll pop that there, and then do the same on the other side, so we have a wider front and back. Now they can be used in turning, thankfully, because they're not perfectly in the middle of the robot, so that should give us a bit more turning than previous, hopefully, if I'm lucky. Oops, daisy, sorry about that. Let's remove these. I don't really know why I'm apologising to the robot. Once again, it's just me giving the robot a personality in my head, which is a terrible, stupid thing of me to do. I once had a teacher who did something very similar, but with like biological organisms and kidneys and all stuff like that. She kind of inflicted personality traits upon them. It was a very odd thing, but it worked. It helped you to learn, so I suppose it could have stemmed from there. Who knows? Or it could just be me slowly slipping into the abyss of insanity. Which one is more likely? Probably insanity. Don't have too many blocks left, but thankfully tier 4 blocks are insanely cheap at this stage for me, so it's not too much of an issue really. I don't want to get any wider. Probably if it goes any wider, it's going to look a bit... I don't know the word I'm trying to use here. Actually, 1 wider would work though, because of that. Darn. Going to need far more blocks. We're going to be 1 chunky robot. They're so cheap compared with tier 10 blocks now. It's like I could have bought two. No, I couldn't even bought 2 blocks for that cost then. It's a sad time when you reach tier 10. I find so much grinding for a single block of armor. Whereas in the lower tiers, if you get a good win, you can just buy so much stuff, and it's like a little Christmas present to yourself. It looks like a terrible enterprise, doesn't it? The tracker prize? The tracker prize? That would kind of work, I suppose. Okay, and that one should have had the downward slope. No, it shouldn't, because that one should have a downward slope. Okay. That's fine. Again, I don't know the entirety of the tracks covered, because I do want to see the fact it is a track. But I am going for a very defensive build, so having so many blocks, not terrible. I mean, it would be better if we had less tracks, really, and a higher tier of armor defending them. But I want a huge robot, because you know why? I want a huge robot, particularly in lower tiers. You don't see too many massive robots in the lower tiers, so I want to change that. Today, Sir and Sweats, we begin a new revolution of huge freaking robots. Also, I just had a little mini heart attack and thought my mic was off. Yay! Checked it, and yes, thankfully it is actually on. Always a good thing. Oops. No! Don't go on the floor, you wasted. 5-second rule, don't worry, it's still completely safe to eat. Honest. To eat and or use for death robots. To fight other death robots. For reasons which are still very obscure. I'm assuming it's kind of like a Team Fortress 2 situation. It's just 2 groups being hired to get the materials needed from this planet, well, planets. That looks wrong. Oh, because I haven't got these on the other side. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's out by 2, it's only out by 1. Why is that the case? Oh no, what have I done wrong? I hate symmetry sometimes. It's so easy to lose track of how you're being symmetrical. Oh. Okay, so these 2 are fine. These 2 are fine. It's 1, it's 1, 2, 3, then it's 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's perfect. Isn't it? That goes up. But it's 3. Then these go along the side. So why is this not right? 3, 4, 4. 4 there. See, this one hangs out by 1 extra. For some reason, this one doesn't. Despite the fact... Oh, I see what I've done. It's just simply this hasn't been placed there. Okay, so that was the issue. So 3 there, 3 there. Okay, everything's fine. Don't worry. Panic over. Panic over. That's kind of what I want. The problem is I want it to be spiked down here, so... I don't know exactly. I don't really know. Something like this, I suppose? Yeah, that seems reasonable to me. And then perhaps have a similar one of those on this side, so it's like... Nope, grabbed the wrong one. There we go. My grabbing skills leave much to be desired. I haven't really used tracks too much, I've got to be honest. They were the big thing I was excited about, but once they came out I kind of forgot about them and just continued playing Robocraft as it was, due to the bugs mostly. I did try them a little bit, and the bugs were excruciating to such an extent I just couldn't bear it and just went back to using wheels for a while. There has been a few patches now, in fact there's been 2, so I'm hoping in those 2 patches in Robocraft's wisdom we have now reached a stage of harmony among the tracks and the wheels, and the clan wars have stopped. In other words, the lag has gone away, and all the bugs with it. Also, the lag in matches was ridiculous. A lot of things happened during that patch. As I say, I think it's easily the buggiest patch they have done so far, and that's saying something because the leg patch was insanely bad. And no, I have no idea what to do in this middle section. Let's give it a quick test. Oh, of course I need a pilot seat, don't I? Just go there for the time being. So a quick test and see how it runs. Hopefully it runs well. I'm thinking something like a plasma truck, basically. Lots of low tier, well not low tier, but well, actually, it's not too bad in controls. It's freaking huge, like I said it was going to be, which is fine. And actually, turning, it's not too bad. Yep. Oh, the middle one. Oh, that's something. That's something weird. The middle one, of course, I wasn't looking where I was going, but the middle track does actually get used no matter which turning direction I go without pressing forwards, which means it'll never turn on the spot like a normal creation because of the middle one. That's odd. I expect it just to kind of stay dead, like the side which is off. Apparently not. Though it does seem to do very well at climbing walls. I mean, that was kind of brilliant then. Although climbing an actual wall, I believe to be something different. Oh, you are kidding me. You are actually kidding me. Well, sir and sirettes, we have inadvertently created a freaking wall climber. I think the armour just needs to be thicker on all sides, actually, so I'm going to bulk it up a lot. But what? It can climb regular walls. That's actually insane. However, getting down, I imagine, is a big issue with this, because there's no way for me to actually stay on the wall. I'm going to have to kind of slowly drag my heels back as I go. Nope. Oh, I survived that time. Yeah. That's odd. That is really odd, actually. That's odd to an extreme level. I can't believe that actually works. What? Like, just what? Okay, what I'm thinking is we increase the armour at least along the middle piece here. And then we have to kind of thicken it up all round, so have like a second layer every now and again. I think I might dip into tier 3 to kind of bulk it up on the inside in blocks you can't see, just to bulk up defense a little bit, and that will probably be the finished design, because, well, it can climb walls, sir and sirettes. Somehow, this thing can climb walls. I don't even know how it does. I didn't know tracks were that good. I still don't think they are that good in terms of climbing walls, but apparently this one can, probably because... Oh, of course, if I do this, it can no longer climb walls because I can't get the track onto it, can I? Oh, that's not good. But I wanted that to... I don't know, but I had this kind of vision of this, some reason in my head. Then it was going to go higher, and it was going to go along the centre, so the centre had like a bulk to it. Honestly, I don't really want a wall climber. As much as I think that's absolutely amazing, I don't really care enough to make it a wall climber, if you know what I'm trying to say, so I probably won't be using it as a wall climber. Also, I'm trying to figure out how many times I can say wall climber in a sentence and it still be a legible sentence. Apparently quite a few. Until I start randomly yelling wall climber at the top of my lungs in some frantic mess. Then possibly it'll be a little bit worse. So my idea was having a kind of centre come through the robot. It's also somewhere to hide my pilot seat, so I can hide it in the middle. And it kind of go through the centre, so there's a very armoured up centrepiece to it all. And that will probably be the finished design. So back in a second, sir and sirettes. This is going to take some time me just filling in blocks. And you've already heard me rant long enough without any gameplay. So back in a second when I've done a bit more. And welcome back to the first kind of finalised design. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it like this, but I tested out in practice. It all works just fine. Yes, this is going to be called Hog. And it is made of, let's just see, 984 cubes. It encompasses exactly what I wanted it to. And yes, this is solid. It's not hollow, it is solid all the way around, with a slight hollow patch just here, just because the tracks don't like things around them. I have had to sacrifice my fourth set of tracks, sorry, my fifth set of tracks, just because I ran out of CPU and I wanted some weapons and some very basic shields to go in with the look. So yeah, it kind of encompasses exactly what I wanted it to. Lots of blocks, heavy armour. Plasma's going to have a hell of a time damaging me, but my word, my damage output is low. These two are both tier 6 plasmas, which is expected of this tier 5, because tier 5 can unlock tier 6. These two are both tier 5, and then the rest are tier 4. So it's damage output not too astonishingly good. It's not going to win any awards for I am doing lots of damage. Also, these two can never shoot forwards, but can shoot sideways. I am going to fix that when I can figure out where I want to remove blocks from, because currently a single block will put me into the next tier. Of course, I wanted some more CPU. I could remove the spikes, but I freaking like the spikes. So I think they're going to stay where they are. In fact, I want to do this. Yeah. Space out those spikes. I'm hoping this will go ahead of our allies. Hopefully, if they are going to allow me to. I doubt they will, because this thing is freaking massive and very slow. And obviously can no longer climb walls. and hopefully take the damage. I want to be the hero. I want to be getting a hero bonus every single match. I want to be the one who dies but takes such a beating that our allies can hopefully defend me and kill the enemy in time. That is my intentions. Will it work out? Well, we're about to find out as I go into the very first match of the Hog. Almost 1,000 blocks. I'm really chuffed with myself right now. And welcome back to the first match with Hog. As you can see, there's been a very subtle difference in that I've changed the weapons to SMG because they're smaller, so I can put them all in the front like this. And I've realised very quickly in my mind processes before pressing the lovely B button to get into a battle that the enemies I'm likely to encounter to infuriate me will be Reapers. Tier 5 along with Tier 7 I find are notorious for Reapers, so I don't want to be just stood there unable to at least fight back. Also, I don't mind getting close to an enemy, and my front is easily my most heavily armoured place, so being up close and personal with an enemy isn't really a worry to me. The only issue is I can't fire directly down because of the huge front piece I've got going on. Kind of look like a drill or a mole, to be honest, but still. Hopefully it'll do well. Oh dear. Seems we're going pretty much on our own. There's a rail up there, along with plasma apparently. That was an utter miss. Okay, now we're firing. Oh, gutted him a little bit there, so hopefully we can carry on the pressure. Our turning is slow, but we are destroying him. The guns aren't actually over-tiered, by the way, because of the sheer amount of armor I've got. I couldn't afford. Yeah, wow, his plasmas are good. Look at that. Although only a small chunk of us overall has been destroyed, which is the purpose. We're not here to win battles and be amazing. We're here to have fun and be freaking huge. That's why we're here. We're here to be silly. So the plasma's up there. I've lost one gun. Thankfully, he's only one of my tier 5. Wait, yeah, I have tier 5s and 2 tier 6s. Which I believe are all available from tier 5, although I could be mistaken with the tier 6. So even if that is the case, I'm not exactly over-tiered by any amazing margin. And I only have 6 guns, I could add more. Actually, I might have more, I might change it to more tier 5s. Okay, the rail's on the move, probably to get another shot. Is it a walker? I mean, I have seen tier 5, no I haven't seen I've seen tier 6 walkers. Actually, yeah, I haven't seen a tier 5 walker yet. Is that even possible? Okay, let's actually burst fire, let's not just rapid fire. Excellent! 2 kills for the Hog! How this thing controls is so smooth, even with the one missing, it's unbelievable. It can actually function perfectly okay with only 2, because my last attempt at a caterpillar track robot, I think they're called cruisers, aren't they, was actually met with success when the front was completely blown off. It was a much smaller robot than this though. Considering this is the biggest robot that I've ever built in terms of how many blocks, this is still... Obviously anything else will be smaller than the biggest. You missed! Ooh, rail. I'm gonna go for the rail. Actually no, the rail's less of a threat to me than plasma. So I'll let my guys... I'll let my allies try and deal with the rail and I'll go for the plasma. Screw it, I'll stay and defend. I will not be moved. Okay, I think I need to add... Okay, I'm going to move some of the armour from the corners into the centre, I think. Just to defend my seat. I love how this thing looks. Oh, here it comes. Turning. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, you missed. That was your last chance. Well, he died in glory. There we go, let's go back on here. Seriously, the track's controls are so smooth. I still think they're worse than wheels, personally, but I do love them more. Ow, that really hurt. Go away, small irritant. Dispatch of him, ally. I'll dispatch of him. He'll miss. No! The time is about to finish. I want to dispatch him. I hit him. Well, okay, I hit him at least. That didn't go too badly at all. It seems that SMGs were definitely a good choice, and they do a lot of damage. Oh, there's a lot of... damn, I couldn't have shown you the hero bonus because I didn't die. Oh well. It's quite interesting because you can actually leave the hero page, sorry, the game you're currently playing when you die, and then it'll randomly pop up hero bonus and scare the crap out of you. So that's what I have on the front. I have 2 tier 6s on the front. Then the last 4 are all tier 5s. Now, I'm not sure. I know with plasma, you can buy tier 4 and tier 3, and tier 5 and tier 4, so tier 6 and tier 5. I'm not sure if it's the same with SMG, because it's been a long time since I unlocked them. I could be mistaken there, and I could be over-tiering with that. But that would actually be the only over-tiered block in my entire robot. I'm also thinking the shields, despite looking awesome, of course they're from the honeydew thing, might not be as efficient as just more armour in the middle. Who knows? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Well, regardless, sir and so thank you for watching. I'll be calling it here. Also, we're getting a bit of weird FPS lag in here for some reason. Not sure why that is, so let's go ahead into practice while I talk. I've noticed that happening as well recently since the patch. A lot of FPS spikes happening in the mothership, in the lobby, but a lot less during games. Let's see if that's still the case. I mean, eventually... Yep, it went straight back up to 60 as soon as we're here, so obviously something's going really weird with the lobby. I'll just stay here then. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the design. I think I'll keep it where it is, although I'm slightly scared of higher tier plasmas, certainly from the front. I think I'm going to keep it just for fun. I may change it into a medic at some point just for lols and perhaps paint like a little red medic symbol on both sides. I actually pointed at the screen then to indicate this for some reason. So yeah, thank you for joining me, sir and Threads. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Sorry it's a bit of a short one of only one match, but I don't have that much time and building this took longer than you might think. So thank you for watching, hope you have a nice day, and goodbye. A like, a comment, a favourite, a share, all very welcome, helps out the channel a lot. And of course, hope to see you next time. Goodbye.